What did Meghan Sussex do to end up on a list ranking higher than Diddy of the most disliked celebrities in the world? What did Meghan do to end up on a list of most disliked celebrities? I'll drill down even further. What did Meghan do to be disliked in general? If you are on the fence about what the answer to that question is, let me save you some time. Nothing. Meghan Sussex, Meghan the Duchess of Sussex, or previously known as Meghan Markle, however you want to refer to her. I prefer that you refer to her by her name, Meghan Sussex. No matter how you slice it, no matter what perspective you use, no matter what era of her life you look at, Meghan has not done anything wrong to anyone. Meghan has not done anything wrong in general. Not by a moral standard, not by deception, not by fraud, not by celebrity standards, not by any standard, any stretch of the imagination. Meghan hasn't done anything wrong to anyone. Meghan has not caused any harm whatsoever. Yet she has been considered so disliked that she ranked higher than Diddy, an actual sex predator and trafficker, amongst other things that he's been accused of, including the M word, of other celebrities. She's ranked higher than him on a list of most disliked celebrities. If you voted for that list in any way, shape, or form, if you voted for that ranking and you considered Meghan dislikable in any way, but also more dislikable than Diddy, you are part of the problem. And not as it pertains to Meghan, although that is bad enough. But you are part of the problem as far as people making light of what happens to victims of assault and sexual assault.
Patterns of violence, control, and abuse at the hands of Diddy. She is also notably the woman who Diddy was seen beating in hotel surveillance footage from 2016 that was previously shared by CNN. She knew that she had to get out after Diddy allegedly became violent and hit her, giving her a black eye. But of course, as everyone saw in the hotel footage, after she left the hotel room, Diddy followed her to the elevator with Cassie saying, "The next thing I knew, I was just thrown to the ground. It was really fast." And when asked how many other times Diddy threw her to the ground like that, she claimed too many to count.
Diddy threatened to send videos of the freak-offs to Cassie's parents' jobs. Cassie told Nash she did not want to have sex with other men. Once Diddy went to Nash's home in search of Cassie when she had actually gotten away from him. He grabs Nash's phone, figures out that she's at Le Montrose Hotel, and Diddy and Nash both rush there. Nash found her without Diddy, frightened, in a room, thinking of going over the balcony when she learned that Diddy was downstairs in the lobby with 4 or 5 security guards who were there to help him bring her back.
Cassie testified that about a year after she'd broken up with Diddy, he sent her a text talking about an iPad full of skeletons. She knew that meant, "I've got videos of the freak-offs." They're broken up and he's still threatening her.
Diddy and another man, an escort, are standing on top of her while she is laying on the floor, high off of ecstasy, and they are urinating on her face to the point where she is choking on their. Quickly picked up on it because once she started talking, you noticed that she paused a lot. She would sigh heavily before she answered a question. Cassie broke down in tears when the prosecutor asked her, "Why didn't you leave? If the freak-offs, as you explained, were so disgusting and humiliating, why not leave?" And she started crying. His incessant phone calls, him tracking her down with his security, and her never being able to escape.
I am 100% certain that the woman I saw was Aubrey O'Day. I don't even know if I was, and I don't want to know. If I expose one person who's got a civil lawsuit, that gives Diddy and his legal team credit to take down everybody else as potential liars. Says Aubrey O'Day. Goes right back on my shoulders just like that.
She alleged that Diddy had arranged for dozens of young women and girls, some who appeared to be underage, to be transported to this party. The women arrived wearing little to no clothing and were given substances and alcohol. Many of them appeared lethargic or passed out while Diddy and his guests performed acts on them. Don Richard also alleged that Diddy hired police officers to attend these parties, sending a clear message to to his guests that his influence extended to law enforcement officers and created a climate of fear and a tactic of warning that reporting him to authorities would be both unacceptable and futile. Q himself has also admitted in the past that something happened to him while working under Diddy.
You know, I didn't sign up for that. I felt like my talent was enough. So, now that 4 years later that I have experience in seeing, not putting anyone's business out, because, you know, what you do in your personal bed is whatever you do.
The issue with him, and I was kind of like nervous around them because I was in the email and I saw some things in a personal email that threw me off guard.
Like what?
I don't want to go into details right now. What about me, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what about the trauma you put me through when I read that email?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's just not like Sean that's guilty. They're all guilty, man. Things felt very sacrificial. I can't go into details now, but sir, like, I'll tell you, it felt like some sacrificial stuff was going on, man. Like, it felt very scary and weird. I'm caught missing or dead or something. I want you guys to know facts and the truth of what I'm going through. Like, I really lost myself for years. And I don't cry about this no more because I'm stronger. But it's like, I was going crazy, bro.
He said the FBI is all over me, man. I don't want you guys catching my heat. Stay away from me.
Who said this?
Sean.
Oh, yeah. Combs said the FBI is all over me?
Yes.
And a short time later, Biggie is killed while driving away from the party.
At this point in the conversation, Keefe D looks squarely at us and says, "That wasn't us." He knows that we think that he's potentially involved in the Biggie Smalls murder. So when he says, "That wasn't us," it begs the question, well then what was? At this point, we concluded that Keefe D's big bargaining chip was Tupac, not Biggie. People had always suspected that the murders of Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls were connected, but now we were certain of it. With Keefe D's confession, we knew that if we could solve one murder, we would likely be able to solve the other.
That man is a monster. But because of lists like this that even put him in close proximity to people like Meghan and Harry and Beyonce and anyone else that you guys decide to project your infantile personal inadequacy issues onto, you minimize what he has done and you minimize his impact as a predator. I don't personally care if you like Meghan's fashion. I don't personally care if you like her aesthetic. I don't care if you watch With Love Meghan. That's your loss. But when you get to the point where you are equating a woman living her life, just a human being living her life, and you equate that or compare that in any way to a sex predator, you need to check yourself because you are part of the problem. You are part of the massive issue of enabling, minimizing true impact, and looking the other way in favor of salacious gossip and headlines rather than actually paying attention to harm done. There are hundreds of thousands of victims of people like Diddy and Diddy himself, of the Epsteins, of the Ghislaine Maxwells, of the Trumps, of the everyone else who was involved, the Andrew Mountbatten Windsors, these people who have harmed and caused irreparable damage to people, innocent people, for no reason, because they weren't checked, because when they had opportunities to be corrected and there were interventions that could have happened, people became glossed over by their celebrity or finding some kind of gain that they could get personally, or not just simply wanting to believe women or thinking because a woman chose autonomy that somehow she's the problem. You are the problem. Equating Meghan to anything that has to do with a sex predator makes you the But more than that, it makes you part of the problem. You are part of the system that perpetually silences victims and enables abusers. You are helping abusers by doing things like that. So I hope whatever benefit you got out of saying that Meghan is more unlikable than Diddy, because it doesn't matter, it's just a survey. Well, that survey made headlines. And it started a dialogue that made people actually compare and contrast a woman living her life to a vicious, violent predator. And if you voted, however that ranker thing voted, whatever, if you voted for her to be disliked in any way, but to be disliked in proximity to Diddy, where he ranked lower than her at some points, You are part of the problem. And I will personally say a prayer for the people in your life who your actions may be silencing. It's not funny. It's not cute. It doesn't make you, stick it to the man, because Meghan is not the man. She is not oppressing you. Her existence does not impact you. Her existence only impacts you to the extent that you allow it, to the extent of your obsession with her. If you wanted to, if you genuinely dislike Meghan or any other celebrity or public figure, if you genuinely dislike them, you know what you have the power and autonomy to do? Block their name. Block everything about them. You can block the letter M. You can block any and everything related to Meghan, With Love Meghan, Netflix, Sussex.com, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, the royal family. You could block every single thing in relation to her, and you would never be notified on your personal devices again about anything related to her. Ask me how I know. I muted a certain person when they got back in office, and my life has been bliss. I know that he's going to be a hot mess express, but I have to seek out that information when I'm in a mental space to be informed, not when I'm scrolling in the morning when I'm cooking eggs. I don't want to see his face. Ruin my appetite. I have the power to control what I'm exposed to. So if you don't like Meghan, instead of equating her to a sex predator, why don't you call a therapist and talk to her about why you are obsessed with someone you don't know? And why you don't understand the difference between a sex predator and a woman whose existence has nothing to do with you. Ask yourself what you are really avoiding. Ask yourself what you are really refusing to accept about yourself. Is it because you enjoy pacifying abusers? I want to implore everyone, absolutely everyone who voted for Meghan to even be on a list of most disliked celebrities, including Ranker.com as a website for putting her on that list. And Prince Harry was also on that list. I mean, they were a hot mess express. I implore all of you to actually read a book from the perspective of an actual victim of harm done by abusers. And ask yourself, should one, their abusers or people like them, their actions be minimized? Should they be elevated? Should their behavior be pacified in some way? Should their image be made more manageable by sites just like yours? Or should they have to face the full extent of their consequences that they earned? I could come here and talk about how unfair it is for Meghan to even be on that list. And trust me, it's extremely unfair. But if I say it today, I've said it a million times. You people are obsessed, and I'm happy that she protects her peace from people like you. No one deserves the treatment that she experiences. On top of that, I just finished reading Virginia Giuffre's book, Nobody's Girl. And the way that people are treating victims of abuse and sexual assault is abysmal. It always has been. Don't get me wrong, it always has been. But actually reading the details and being exposed to that, knowing his eventual demise and other people like him. And yes, it is not a stretch to compare an Epstein to a Diddy. By any means. I mean, they're practically the same person, except one had white privilege. That's it. They both hung out with the same person who happens to be in office. They both were best friends and rubbed elbows with the same person. What a coincidence. But no, let's minimize those behaviors, even though those victims are still living to see that, to experience that. You are only continuing to drive harm to those people by minimizing what they've done to victims all over the world. I hope you feel good about yourself. I hope you got the traction you deserve. And I hope everybody who participated in that, I hope they have a reckoning, the reckoning they deserve. I can't say what that is, but they know.
Thank you so much for watching the SharionSade YouTube channel. I appreciate you watching my content. If you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video by hitting the thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to comment along the way. If you feel so inclined, please don't forget to share so that more people can find us. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Now let's get back to the video.
Now, as far as Meghan being on that list, there was no place for her on that list. But people will be people. And just like I said yesterday, anytime you strive to be a wonderful person inside and out and you operate with authenticity, you are a light. And we are all fully aware that moths are attracted to light. They will hover. They will follow. They will do all they can to get just a piece of it. And if they can have a piece of it, they will do all they can to destroy it. Accountability is needed, and I cannot wait until I witness the day. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and hit a thumbs up on this video to like the video. Feel free to subscribe, and I look forward to you sharing so that more people can find my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.